Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is Wednesday afternoon. Did all my morning stuff. Got that all out of the way. It was a lot of running around, but I got it all done. um, and this afternoon, after lunch and everything, I wanted to sit down and do some herbs with you. So I did one earlier in basil. I did a basil one, and there's also some shorts on the basil one. I think they're numbered 1 through 3. And then I wanted to finish it up on a video, so I did that. And this afternoon, a few minutes ago, I started to do the thyme. I pressed the button for my camera, but it didn't come on. So I did this part when I thought I was on the camera and it was running. It wasn't. So I'm hoping that it is now. It appears to be. So what we'll do is I'll just grab my paint here. We'll go again. We'll just make a few more shoots. So we just, with this round brush, I've got a small pointed round brush here. This one happens to be Artist Loft 4. You can use whatever you want. I'm using the very tip and with just medium pressure, lightish to medium pressure. And balancing my finger with my baby finger because I've had coffee. So whenever I have coffee, it tends to make my hands just a bit more shaky. And as I was explaining when I made all that one, these are the little, I honestly don't know what you call the little things of herbs. I don't know if they're called petals or not. I mean, if you do know, just go ahead and put it in the comments. But I grew herbs for years. I had a huge, several herb gardens, as a matter of fact. But I really never stopped to think about what they were called. And if I did, it was automatic. You know what I mean? I didn't worry about if I knew it or not. I just grew them. And I also loved eating them. I just used to love to go out in the yard and just grab a whole bunch of fresh herbs from that garden. And sometimes it would just be a bowl of them to put in the house. It smelled so nice. But it was great to cook with there's absolutely no comparison to cooking with fresh herbs. None. Absolutely none. You can't compare it to store ones at all. And the fragrance is just out of this world. But this little area I painted right here is the flower that ends up being on the herb plant once it's gone its life. Every plant has its life cycle. When it's done, and that's why it's good at first, when you're doing it, if you want the plant to last longer, then you want to keep picking off the top one, the top group of these. And every time you do that, it allows for if it's not at the end of its life cycle, it'll continue to grow, continue to produce these beautiful, yummy things. Once this flower happens on the top, it's gone through its life cycle. It's not going to give you any more. Just a little bit of at least that's the experience I had with them and what I do know of herbs. So I just chose a little bit of a different green there so I could just make it a little more obvious. And we're going to take some more of them. And it's just using the tip of my brush and just whacking them out for better lack in terms of words. Just, just put them on there. Little lines, little things. That's all they really are. They actually are these little tiny, little things like you can see. I make them with the tip and press down. That's what they actually are. It's just beautiful, isn't it? How nature is so perfect. Even to the tiniest of little things. I mean, as we know, the little herb petals or whatever they're called. I mean, they're tiny on a thyme plant. If you have any, just look at them next time. I mean, they're so small. So we're just using the tip, and we're gonna, make it kind of bend around a little bit. Put it a little darker in some places. Might do that over here. This is very little water on my brush and no water on my paper, okay? This is a dry paper. I don't want blending here. I just want the actual, oops, a little big. Although some of them are big. You could even use a smaller brush than this to get even smaller ones. Like this is this one, so let's see, what else do I have that is so extremely tiny? They're in here somewhere in my, got all these brushes everywhere, which everyone that paints does. Well, we can use this one, and this is these Transin brushes are some of my favorite brushes of all because they hold such an incredible tip. See, now that's where I can do the little, look at that, how nice those little things come out with these tips of these brushes, and they always work like that. It's just lovely. So you just keep going down the stem, whatever stem you're working on, and then again at the very top you're going to have this, whoops, we didn't get all the yellow out there. That's okay, we'll just go in and grab some more and just dab the purplish color. Of course, you can always dab out on the other ones that if you want, you know, some areas a little lighter. Go into your water, take off the paint, wipe off the brush. It's going to be mostly dry when you do that. And you can just come back here and put your little, and I add a little pink. It's kind of pinkish as well. And we'll do one more, and this will be a little short one for thyme. I had so many herbs, oregano, thyme, basil, parsleys. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember them all now. I had so many herbs, but it was one of the very, very most fun. I'm sorry about the TV. That was supposed to stay. Some of these YouTube things stay with what they are supposed to do, and some of them don't, and it's often commercial, and I don't have my remotes right next to me, so I apologize for the ridiculous commercials that are on. Hopefully it'll go back to music. There we go. And they're spaced out a little, if you notice too, on thyme. These little clumps, long ones, short ones, this way, that way, and these good tips like this work totally awesome. So there we have, did I have one? Yeah, and then we just needed to put one more little bit of, if I can find my purple. I have a little bit of a type of a purple with a little bit of rose color in it to give it that little bit of pinkish that's in it as well. Yeah, so there we go, folks. We have the herb thyme. Again, I did this one earlier, so now we have two. We have basil and we have thyme. I won't be doing any shorts on this one I did on the basil, but this one is just this video. So although I've already showed you how to take that off, you now know what I did with this pad of watercolor paper to make it into a block. Works awesome. Oh, there it is. There's the other one that I wanted to, I was going to say, I thought I had like one more little flowery thing, and I did explain what happens when the flower comes on. You're at the end at that point. You can enjoy it all and everything, and you can still get, you know, even though it'll die and it'll be the end of the life, you still get a lot of little whatever they're called. So have a really great rest of your day, folks. Check out my other tutorials. I don't mind nice suggestions that can actually enhance something. Nothing critical. I'm not going to answer anything critical, but I don't mind at all nice, helpful suggestions, which a lady did, which spurred my memory to wanting to figure out a way to switch the camera over to a better way to view what I'm painting. I couldn't figure it out. I could only put it in so many places. And for some reason, when she said what she said, it kind of clicked something, and I figured out what I could do. And I think this works a lot better. It's directly over my work. So if it is really good and it seems to be nice, please tell me in the comments. So have a really great rest of your day, and bye for now.